Statistics from different institutions like World Bank indicate that millions of people in the third world, particularly in Africa, lack adequate access to educational materials and essential drugs. Leading intellectual property scholars and economists like Nobel laureate Joseph Stiglitz blame patent and copyright law for increasing the prices and making access to intellectual products very difficult. Actually, this is like small part from the problem of access caused by intellectual property laws. I have researched Islamic legal traditions to come up with solution for this problem. Islamic legal traditions are based in the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet. I was able to develop 5 principles based on these traditions that may help us to design fairer intellectual property laws. The first principle, which is stewardship, which will help us to redefine the scope of patent and copyright law in order to make them not concentrating the power in the hands of few, like pharmaceutical companies and big publishing industry. The third is distributive justice, which will ensure that the needs of the poor are adequately considered when designing intellectual property laws. This should happen by placing limitations on the private rights of intellectual property holders. And finally, encourage the dissemination of knowledge. If we were able to integrate these 5 principles into the fabric of intellectual property laws, we should be having intellectual property systems that consider these 4 policy objectives. First, give enough rights to intellectual property holders and ensure adequate access to the fruits of culture and knowledge. Secondly, give users of intellectual property enough rights to make them able to use, reuse, and build upon existing innovation. Thirdly, consider alternative business models which are based on free movement of ideas, like Wikipedia and free and open source software. Finally, consider open access policies, especially open access for educational materials like textbooks and journals. My thesis would be not only important for the 57 Islamic countries, but will be also important for those who seek justice. Thank you.